Hi guys! So I know it's been a while since I've done a video again, but I wanted to come and just do a quick little haul for you guys from Hobby Lobby and just kind of ramble for a minute and let you know kind of what I've been up to. Um, I watched a video a couple days ago and I can't remember who it was by. I saw it on Instagram first and then clicked and it linked over to her YouTube video. I will try and find it and put a link down below for you though. But anyways, so the video that I watched had this little planner by Illustrated Faith that she got at Hobby Lobby. And now that I'm in North Carolina, I have a Hobby Lobby near me, which is super, super exciting for me. But yeah, they have actually two different versions of this planner, like two different colorways and stuff. And I really like the black and white stripe because you know I have a thing for black and white stripes. So this retails, the regular price is $22.99. I don't know why my camera's not focusing on it, but yeah, it's $22.99. So I used a 40% off coupon. And it says, "She blooms through prayer and love," which I totally think is cute. And then it comes with this little sticker sheet, and my son already tried to rip that off because he just loves pretty things like I do, and he wanted to see it, and he started ripping it. But yeah, so there's some cute little phrases and things like that on here. And then there's like the little dividers. This is from the She Blooms collection, so it has like those type of papers on here. And then here it has like birthdays, events, appointments, and to do for each. It has one of those pages for each month, which I think is cool. And then this is like your main calendar, so it's not dated or anything like that, which means you can start it at any time, which is something that I really loved about this. And then over here, we have each day of the week, and then just kind of a little space to write something. So the reason that I got this was because in the video I watched, she had the idea to write like a daily verse on these spaces, which I think is brilliant. And I love that they're horizontal rather than vertical, so that it's just a better space to do that sort of thing. So that is my plan for this page. And then over here is just kind of a notes page. And she had also mentioned maybe using this for like sermon notes, which I thought was perfect because you get one for each week. So it kind of just works out perfectly if you're going to use that like on a Sunday, or even, if you go, my church doesn't have like a midweek study. We just do the Sunday morning and then we have small group stuff. But yeah, so I liked the idea of using this for sermon notes, because right now I have a separate notebook just for sermon notes, and then I have my traveler's notebooks in my Midori, and then to add this on top of it as something else, I feel like would be kind of too much. The whole idea behind this, I have tried to be a planner girl. I love planners, like I love all the planner stuff, but I'm just not one of those people that sits down and writes down what I have to do for the week or, whatever. So what I've found, for those of you who don't know, I don't think I've updated you guys in a while, but back in January, I started cosmetology school. And that's one of the big reasons why I haven't been on here to make any videos or anything like that. So that's been a dream of mine for a very, very, very long time. But I'm there 5 days a week. I leave my house at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I don't get home sometimes until 6:30, 7 o'clock some days. And so I don't get a whole lot of time with my family. And it's really just kind of draining. And I do like a devotion kind of, sort of, not really, not how I would want, how I want to. Right now, what I do is in the morning when I'm getting ready, I listen to the In Touch, on they have a little Today on Radio thing, and I listen to that message in the morning while I'm getting ready. And then I also go on to the Proverbs 31 app called First Five, and I read that devotion. But I don't take time to like write stuff down. And for me, and like my memory and just the way my brain works, writing stuff, drawing stuff, making things pretty is how I remember stuff. So I feel like for me to be able to write down a daily Bible verse or a quote or something like that, like on these little sections, would be perfect for me, because just writing it down, for some reason if I write it down I can picture it being written, because I have that visual learning, whatever. I don't know. It's not photographic memory. It's just I'm a visual learner. So if I write it and I see it, I can remember it that like just how I wrote it. And if it has pictures, it's even easier for me to remember. So I feel like with this, I can kind of doodle little things. If it's a short verse or if it's a longer verse, whatever, I can make it more memorable for me, because I found myself, like, even though going to cosmetology school is a dream of mine, literally happening right now in my life, lifelong dream happening, I've found that it is kind of draining me because I'm so busy all the time. And I mean, I get home and I cook dinner, and sometimes if my husband's not working or whatever, he'll cook dinner, which is just literally, he's a godsend because he helps out so, so, so much. And I know that not everyone is as blessed as I am to have a husband who is so very helpful around the house. But he's just been so supportive of me going after this. And me being a mom, I've been a stay-at-home mom for a really long time. I worked here and there, but for the most part was a stay-at-home mom. So I feel really kind of okay. Sorry about that, guys. My son fell and was crying, so I had to go rescue him. Anyways, so where was I? Anyways, yeah. So it's really, really draining to do that. And so I feel like anytime that I feel like life is just kind of overwhelming me and everything, I just kind of need to take a minute to slow down. But I've found myself doing that more and more frequently, where I feel like I'm run down, I need a break, like, yeah. So I feel like if I can commit to doing something small every day to just renew my spirit, renew my strength and everything, that I can make it further. Because yeah, it's too much if I try and go weeks and weeks and weeks with just listening and just reading and not really taking the time to just sit in God's presence and to write down a scripture or, just something like that, and just let him renew my spirit. Like that's what I need. Cuz going to church is great, reading a devotional is great, listening to devotionals is great. But for me, I know that I need to just really sit in his presence and to just have that communion with him, just like whether it's me pouring my heart out to him or whatever. And like, I'm not a very emotional person, but I have just found myself wanting to break down and cry on my way to school in the morning sometimes, because I'm just so overwhelmed with everything. I feel a lot of times like I'm being selfish by going to school, but I know that God worked it out at this time in our lives, because I attempted to go to school at another time, and everything, like, there was just roadblock after roadblock. Like, God closed the doors, and this time the doors were all opened. He provided everything that we needed for it, and it was just awesome. So I definitely feel that God's using me in school, but when I'm like pouring myself out to everyone and I'm not getting filled by him by just doing those little things here and there. I really need to just sit in his presence and and do a verse or do something. And like I said, I haven't done really anything creative in a long time as far as like crafty stuff. And I kind of got really sad today and started feeling like that crafty side of me was like dying because it wasn't being fed, that side of my creativity. And I just kind of broke down to my husband and I just told him, I feel like my creative side, my crafty side is just dying and I don't want it to. And so this, is going to hopefully help me to keep that alive, just doing a little something every day. So another thing that I did get, even though, like I said, I want to try and keep things in one space, I still love my traveler's notebooks. So I got these from the Illustrated Faith line as well, and it comes with two, and it's $6.99. So this one says, "With Jesus, every day is a fresh start," and that just really spoke to my heart because, like I said, every day, like if I keep going and keep going and keep going, I get run down. So I need to remember that every day is a fresh start. So this one has regular lined sheets, which I feel is really great because I love to write. So I can kind of use that as a journal. And then this one has grid paper in it also, and it says grow in him. So I really, really loved those. And then this isn't from the Illustrated Faith line. These are from Heidi Swapp, but I got these. These are from her, what is it? The planner, whatever. The planner, her planner collection. These little stamps. And I just really love these because I felt like things like this, like it says overslept or Friday, you got this, day off, let's run away, bring on the weekend, date night, nap time, love it, yay, yes, goals, boss babe. I really liked those. And then these ones I totally, totally loved because they're very different from any stamps that I have. And they've got kind of, I feel like a more realistic little sentiments on there. So it says overwhelmed, underwhelmed, perfectly imperfect, highlight, low light, which I think is kind of cute because obviously I'm in school to be a hairstylist, so I can definitely use that little highlight part if I'm, writing something about doing highlights or whatever. Can I have a do-over? Love that. Maybe tomorrow, love that one also. Not the best day. What a crazy day, to be honest. Need more sleep. That's definitely me. Forget that. Do not disturb. And this calls for chocolate. So I felt like this was really like real life kind of sentiments. And I could definitely see myself using these a lot in my planner and just kind of in general. So I thought it would be nice to have maybe both of these. I don't know. But particularly this one, to maybe sit down each day and write about my day and use these. I feel like these would be perfect for something like that because I know a couple weeks ago, not this last week, but the week before, I did a few clients' hair and that came into the school, and at the moment, I felt like I was doing a good job, but then the more I would like look at the pictures of what I had done, or the more I thought about it, I was just overthinking it, and I felt like, man, I did not do a good job with them, and I just felt really disappointed in myself, and it got me really, really down, and I didn't want to go to school anymore. I just wanted to throw in the towel, and, I was just like, this isn't for me. I wasn't made for this like I thought I was. Like, I get really overwhelmed and I get down on myself and I start, critiquing myself, and I'm just like, maybe it'd be better if I just quit because then I could be there for my kids more, because that's where a lot of my guilt comes from, is not being there for my kids as much as I used to be. But I mean, you really can't compare to, being a stay-at-home mom to being a mom going back to school. You really, really can't. And my plan after school is only a year long, and I'm already 4 months in, 4.5. Well, yeah, 4.5-ish months in. And after that, my goal, my plan is to work in a salon and only work part-time until our youngest son is in school, So I really want to do that for a couple years. Like, that's my plan. And I just had to sit down one day because I was just really, really down on myself and just write stuff in my little traveler's notebook. And I don't know if I have it in here. This is my Midori. Yeah, I don't even think I have it in here. I don't have my April one in here. But, yeah, I just had to seriously just sit down and write stuff to myself. Like, you've got this. Like, if you quit, you're never going to make it. Like, you're never going to reach your goal if you quit. And, before, you wanted this so bad before. And you're here now. Like, you're doing it now. What you wanted so bad, you're actually doing it now. And, I literally had to just write to myself and write verses about persistence and, run the race with endurance. And it's not always easy, but it'll be worth it. Just, inspirational quotes and different things like that for me. And so I like to have these specifically for that. Like, I started that over a year ago. That's what I use these for, is to, and if I look back, I can look at each month and see, kind of how I was feeling. I can remember how I was feeling by just looking at the encouraging things that I wrote myself. So that's what I use these for. And I feel like these will be perfect for that also. So anyways, it really wasn't a big haul, but I kind of just wanted to share kind of where I'm at right now, because I know all of us struggle sometimes. And these are some things that help me to, first of all, get my creativity out, to make sure that my creative side with paper crafting and stuff like that doesn't die. Second of all, to get me closer to God, because He is where I draw my strength. He is where He's my shelter and my hiding place when I'm just overwhelmed with life. And, He is just a bottomless well of refreshing life, really. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you, share my own struggles. I'm struggling to stay connected to Him because I've got so many other things grabbing for my attention and my time and everything else that, but I have to remember that if I keep God first, everything else will fall into place. So I just wanted to kind of encourage you guys. If you guys are in that same place, maybe this would be something that would work for you. I have kind of in the back of my mind, I don't know how soon it'll happen, but I have an idea in my mind that came from a YouTube, from one of my subbies. She posted on one of my previous Illustrated Faith videos. She was like, have you ever thought about doing a Bible study with your Bible journaling? And I hadn't ever thought of it, and I love the idea. So I may start working on doing some type of encouraging Bible study, because one of my favorite things to do is encourage other people when they're in their dark times. So that is definitely on the back of my mind, and I will get back to you with that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and listening to me ramble. I hope you enjoyed, and go check all this stuff out from Hobby Lobby, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.